Hello there, hello there. Sure, conversations with Phumzile. Whew, okay. I normally do conversations with Phumzile and invite people of interest so that I can have beautiful conversations with. I seldomly do individual videos, though I do every now and again when I have something to share or something to talk about. And I always call it's also conversations with the Phumzile because I have this conversation first in my head or in the shower, and I would have a long conversation with myself. And at the end, I realized like, sure, that was a full conversation. So today, I thought instead of doing having my own conversations in my head, bathroom, and not share. Let me have it here. Let me bring it in my platform, which you all know. Thank you to all my subscribers. So before I start, so please subscribe to my channel so that I can grow numbers. The more I grow numbers, the more we can get better and better in this platform. So why I am here today, guys, conversations with Phumzile Patedi, the girl next door. And let us say conversation with Upatedi. I also have conversations with Upatedi, but no, today is with me. Sure. The topic for today is about setting boundaries, in your life. I had to write things down because I know I can go everywhere else with topic because it's so close to my heart. So yes, boundaries is something that I've been struggling with, I think, all my life. So I thought I want to share something that has almost like changed a bit. I'm getting better in setting boundaries, in my life, So yeah, topic setting boundaries in your life and stop being a people's pleaser. I am such a people's pleaser, or I used to be such a big people's pleaser. Your people pleasing, it's been my my thing, my core. So, and it related to setting boundaries. So yes, my struggle is I've forever been a pushover. I believe I've forever been a pushover because why I will say pushover. When you give other people decision to decide for you in your life or decide things about what to do, when to do it, let's go out, let's eat there, let's do this, without realizing that most decisions are not here but from outside, from your friends, from your family, from work. It can be anybody. So I've been that person whereby I will go with what other people want more than what I really want, So my mom used to say to me, "Ngi banana," like I'm too soft, I'm too sweet. Yes, I think still am, but to a point whereby being sweet or, being a pushover, I actually was not true to myself. I was not being honest about the person that I am, because push over, then it will feel like I'm saying yes to other people, but deep down I wouldn't be okay with some of the things that I would say yes to, So hence I'm here today because I've seen some changes, but intentionally so. I had to make some changes in my life and decide, what are the things that make me uncomfortable, or situation that I put myself in that at the end they become really uncomfortable for me, or I wouldn't even like them, So boundaries. So I have read books before. I've YouTube. I've listened to a lot of other people talking about boundaries, setting up boundaries for yourself, your family, and they will give you all the to-dos and not to do, or how you should go about setting boundaries, So with me, I think it didn't, this part of me, or this journey didn't start with me going out of my way to say, I want to set boundaries. I want to learn how to set boundaries. But there's been things that have been happening in my life that made me realize that I don't put myself first more often. And by not doing so, it has translated to me understanding that I preach self-love. I preach taking care of yourself. I preach give you the love that nobody else can give you. But actually, me practicing that, I think I have failed myself because I would preach it but not practice it. I think before I thought I am, but I got to a point where I understood that no, actually, I have not really loved myself enough, and I think enough changes. So you get to a point whereby you feel like you love yourself enough, but things happen and all that, they happen, and as they happen, you start realizing again that no, man, when something else happens, it like reminds you that no, I'm not happy about this decision. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about the situation. So I guess yes, it's a journey, and we evolve as people. We evolve so much that we don't realize that the person you were 5-10 years ago might be different to the person you are. And I know that I am a different person to who I was 10-20 years ago. I am sure, as much as I don't quite remember the young me, which has been my struggle, because I think I did so much for everybody else and not for me, or I did things that I were, how can I put this? I did things so that I can be liked by people. So I used to call, yes, actually, I used to even call myself based on I was born in April, and if you, the zodiac signs, your Aries and all that, and then they will say the characteristics of Aryans, we are like, we can like shapeshift. So wherever we are, when you are with somebody who's green, you turn green. When you're with somebody who's yellow, you turn yellow. So those kind of characteristics, I used to read so much about them and then identify a few things and make them true to me as a person, as a character, but not just as a general rule that you could be this character or not. And sure, I've learned so much about myself, and the biggest revelation, I think, to self is when I started the journey, my spiritual journey, if I may say so, understanding self in a spiritual level. Not self from my mom and dad, not self from what people thought about me, or what people said about me, or how I used to describe myself, or understanding what because because I like drama, I like this type of music and all that, all those descriptions outside of all that. But this soul, the person inside me, when I started the journey of that self-discovery, my spirituality, I think so much has changed. That's why I'm saying I'm a different person to who I was before. And I wish I could ask my friends, about this, like, do you think I'm still the same? But others will maybe say yes, others, I don't know. But anyway, back to boundaries. So the issue about not having boundaries is it's so painful to feel like everybody cares about themselves so much more than you. Not having boundaries, you get to a point whereby you say yes to everybody and no to you. Like a serious no to you, but yes to everybody else. And the yes to everybody else, sometimes when you then get to a point whereby those people will not say yes to you. They can easily say no to you when you say yes to them, every time and always. Yeah, issue number one. Issue number two is excuses that one would give about not having boundaries and not call it like actual my boundaries, in Piloniamo. Everybody can come in and go, tell me let's do this, let's go there. And when somebody says something about maybe your body or your hair, about anything else, and be okay with it when you know that you're not okay with it. So it's all there, because you are friendly, you are nice, you have imprisoned yourself and have these excuses because you are a nice person, you're a good person. Those things wanting to be accepted and liked, and then you accept every other nonsense. Yabantu empilweni yakho, even the people that you really, really deeply love, and then you feel that is okay, but when you get home or when you sit with self, there is that uncomfortable feeling, or lingering feeling. I'm trying to think of one example that I can put, where when somebody you chatting about anything, about everything, or be it clothing or body, and then somebody says something about your body, but you laugh it off. But when you get it home, it's like, I actually didn't like that, and not go back and tell somebody to say, I actually didn't like what you said about my body. When you're talking about everybody else or their body, but mine, I have all my struggles about being like big bodied, or I've lost weight before, I've been thin, I've been big, I've been everything. My body has fluctuated like any other individual's body. It happens. Then you sometimes it's comfortable, sometimes it's not, because we have our own sense of how do we like to look or feel. Yes, there was a point in my life whereby I didn't like my body, I didn't like that I'm big, I didn't like my big bum, but I got to the point whereby you know what, I am me, whether my body is thin or big or what level. The person that doesn't change is me. I will always remain me. So whether I change my body, it doesn't change who I am. So I think I've been going through all of those things. So those are the excuses and emotional imprisonment that we live with, and then you let everybody be be like that with you. They are able to say things that you don't like, and you say it's okay, because you have this emotional issues, your own struggles, and when you get out there, you are not able to say no. That kind of example, I hope it makes sense. Number two, if I can go maybe another example about the excuses that you have. You've been friends with people for the longest time. You had certain type of relationship that worked for years, and then maybe something happens where you're not happy about what your friend is doing when it comes to you. Like, let me put it like an event. Like, if I would let's take birthdays. If I know I love gifts, and I know I am a gift giver, and I would give you a gift as a friend, and when my birthday comes, then it changes where maybe I need to plan my day, I need to plan to get my gift from you, I need to plan my birthday, and friends will have not audacity, or they feel like they have a right to tell me about, one cannot even plan your birthday or have time with you because you have too many friends or you have too many people in your life. And it's like, those are the excuses that they give you. Everybody has friends, everybody has family, everybody gets my relationship, and then you'd want to do different things on your birthday with different people. But one wouldn't use it as an excuse not to be a friend to you when you are friend to them. Such things, yes, I have the beauty of this is not directed to any particular friend, because good enough, I had so many friends. My circle has grown very small. I think let's blame COVID. Not everything as COVID happened. We all stayed home. We all started focusing on self and being home more, because yes, being out there gallivanting is not the best thing that has happened. And that was my, I think, defining time. I'm grateful for the pandemic, because it has landed me to where I am now, and being able to address issues like this, like boundaries. So I'm here to then say, now that I've learned few things, okay, now I'm playing with things because I'm kind of feeling emotional as I'm talking about this, but anyway. So what I've learned about boundaries and setting boundaries and not being okay with things that you're not okay with, and not able to say it just because you want to keep people, you want to keep friends, you want to keep family, you want to keep okay, colleagues are colleagues, it really doesn't matter, but you want to keep the people that you live with in your life, and you then sell yourself short on things and not be true to yourself, and put yourself in situations. So what I've done from last year, which is the beauty of this, I didn't think I was setting boundaries. I didn't think I was learning to do so. I just thought I am just loving myself more. I thought I was, but like more and more. With every time I need to fall in love with the Phumzile, every time I need to, show Phumzile love. If I showed myself love yesterday, today I'll even do it better. So I started doing such things, starting with things that I made a list. So if you want to join me in this journey and you think this will be helpful to you, please do it. It works. It has worked for me. I made a list actually of the things and people that make me feel uncomfortable as people in my circle, be it friends, be it family. I made a list, and in that list I wrote things that made me uncomfortable or unhappy, or that made me feel in a certain way. I wrote everybody down. I loved how I feel, even though like I would have my friend, oh, I love her, or she makes me feel happy, or she put me first, or she gives me this, or even, I did everything, both positive and negative. And as I was doing this, and other people I will forget, because with COVID we're not interacting with everybody as we used to before. And I think going back 2019, 28, I think when I turned 40 and above, most of the friends were not seeing each other as much anyway. We got older, got married, kids, so life happened. So other friends, not like forget, like, oh, I forgot my friend, but because there's no activities, then I would not put the friend down until something happens. An example, which is now my big no, where you would have somebody that you call a friend. Yes, there's close friends, there's best friends, it doesn't matter, whatever friendship, whether it's friendship, it doesn't matter really how close or how, what it has. But you have somebody that and you relate in a certain way, but you don't talk every day, you don't talk every other month and all that. But the only time they contact you is when they need something. And that started making me so uncomfortable, because there was a lot of that happening. I even had to ask myself, why am I been remembered, or most of the calls or the WhatsApps, the messages that I would get is not a hi, how are you, I was just checking on you, are you good, are you well? I do that a lot, where I would just check on people randomly, being friends, family, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to limit this to friends, but people that we know each other. Or if I see you on Facebook and I would also comment, oh friend, oh I miss you, oh how you doing, and not ask for anything, but just check on you, because I check on you, even if we don't see each other. But when you post something, then my comment will be, yes, maybe about the picture or about whatever activity that is happening at the time, but there will be that we are talking, that conversation. But I started noticing that I'll have people, let me not say friends, because I really have good friends. I really, really have beautiful, good friends in my life, and I don't take that for granted. And there's friends who have also taught me different things, that I don't have to be the one who tries to maintain friendship. So really, I've grown to have most beautiful friends in my life who even when then I would feel guilty, for the first time, whereby I have not checked on my friend or checked on people or talked to them, but they would just remember me and tell me how they miss me and how they love me. Like, make time, I want to see you, because I've been that person who would make time for everybody and not for myself, but everybody I would make time. I used to be that person. I'll come back to the number one. That was the list. This is where I'm going with this. So the list of things that started making me uncomfortable. One example is I would have one day where I have a friend pulling me this way, family function pulling me that way, work pulling me, and my staff. In one day, I would actually kill myself to make sure that if I've said yes to everything, I will do that. I will go everywhere, even if it means I come home or I get home midnight, because I wanted to make sure that all the commitments or all the yeses I said yes to, I will be there, and I will make sure that I commit and I do so, So I made a list of such things, like I just remember that, no man, why now people will just think of you because they need something. Not only, yes, others will be just money, others will be information. Yes, everybody can find information. And like, there's Google, for crying out loud. There's Facebook, there's groups for now, everything. There's everything out there. Everybody can find anything out there that I know. But you find people will just ask you about, because you are in events, venues and all that, like, find information. You have not spoken to me, then started making me uncomfortable. I don't have a problem with people asking me things, because I'm in that space where, yes, I have events, project, sales, marketing. Yes, if you have a business, you talk, help me with marketing, definitely I will do that. But for me, I think what started me, what made me uncomfortable, or what uncomfortable kakhulu, is somebody would not talk to you for years, and the day they pick up the phone is because they want something from you. Then I went to my list. Okay, actually this makes me uncomfortable, because when I would read the information or after the call, I would have that feeling in my tummy that doesn't make me feel okay. So I'll tell you what I started doing, so that I am one with self. I have remembered that, okay, me first before the other person who's calling. Me first before the other person. Then I would go back to my list. Who is this person to me? How the relationship has been for a while. I would make a list. Of things and tick. And then from my response, I would vow to myself that, Phumzile, what is your true response to this? Do you want to help? Do you have the information? So I would then make a list of everything else. If it feels okay to give the information, or because sometimes it will not just be information that is at hand, it will be information that I must go search. So if I must go find the information for somebody else, it means I am now moving away from Phumzile and Phumzile's time, family time, or school time, or me doing my projects like this, or doing anything that is growing me. Then I leave all of me to move to help somebody else. That is my time, not their time, my time. I got to learn that, like, oh, actually is my time. Then I would go back to self to say, yes, I am that person who is okay with helping. I would make a list again to say, I am okay with it. It's not about the person, now it's about the action. Am I okay with helping? Yes. Is it, how does this make me feel? When it gets to a point whereby I'm okay with it, I'll come back and say, hey dude, I'll get the information for you. I'll send it to whenever, or when I'm ready, or when I have it. But that started helping me to realize that I am putting myself first more than I used to, because before I would actually drop everything and start helping that person. I would, like, immediately, if I don't, I feel guilty that somebody called or somebody needed something, and then I want to do it now. So I had to learn to control the jump and how high, where people will come to me with their own stuff and I must jump, and it's not my stuff. So I had to, okay, how does this help me? Is it about me? Or so the list really made, and as I said, it didn't start as me setting boundaries, but it started as me loving myself more, getting to know myself more, to say what are things that I like, where I'm at in life. And as I was, developing this lift, developing these things, and I could see the patterns, like, oh, I read a book about boundaries, this patterns, like, okay, actually I'm learning to set boundaries for myself, and stop pleasing people, and remember that, by the way, I must love myself more. I must care about me. I must put me first, not everybody else before me, because I really, really, really struggled about it. And that developed into something bigger, to where I am today, that I thought, you know what, something happened. How do I put it? When something happens and it reminded you how something hurt you before, and the aha moment came to say, oh my god, this it doesn't hurt as much as it used to hurt, when you get a message from somebody asking for this, or a message from somebody, it doesn't hurt when people are doing stuff. Now I'm able to, because now I know I can say no. Now I know if I don't want to help, I'll be able to say I can't, and I started realizing that I always pointed the fingers ngale on the other side. It's like my friends, my family, my this, my work, my colleagues. People asked, like I used to say it was outside of myself, and not realizing that actually I've been given people permission to make me feel the way I felt. They were doing themselves, people were just being who they are and understanding their role in my life, and they were just going about their lives the way they did before. But I didn't realize that there were things that I was not happy about. There are things that really I didn't like, but I was never, I never stood up for myself, and I never put a stop to it. I would just moan about it and all that. Maybe I would moan from this friend, even if I won't say so and so did this, but I would like complain, oh, this I don't like, this I don't like. But I didn't. There's one group of friends that I know we talk about it, and I think I not practice. There was one day where we were talking about, I like getaway trips. I love going away. I love fun. I love going out for dinner, for lunches, for coffees, and all that. That's me. And I used to organize. We used to organize trips with we did. Now I'm laughing so much that I'm even like. So we used to organize these trips, and I got to a point where I got tired of being the one who's pushing. Let's go, let's do this, let's go this. So I'm happy to talk about this, because at least now I was able to tell my friends, this is how I felt, which is the beauty of it. And they received that very well, so it was not a thing of now we're fighting or Phumzile in that kind of. So I am happy that doing the list and learning and to talk about the things that don't make me comfortable and stand up for myself, that actually it's not bad. Your friends and your family would love you for who you are. So whether you crazy today or you moody tomorrow, people who are supposed to love you, they will love you either way. So I was struggling with that, because I thought if I can be honest about myself and the things that I don't like, maybe I would lose people. That emotional blackmail and the excuses that came from past, and then you have all the scars and tattoos about it in your life because you're feeling the certain way, and what you can do to relieve the pain, you start scratching something so that you will always remember, I don't want this, or this is the part of my life that I don't want to revisit. But yes, then you have all these emotional scars that you don't know what to do with them. So, and when I started telling them, like, no, I'm not planning a trip with you, I am going with somebody else, because that somebody else plans for me, that somebody else makes sure that we can go somewhere, and it was kind of like, oh no, but you push back and all that. But then having that conversation, that it ended up making me feel like I'm not important to you. And the conversation was very matured, and I was able to feel safe, with these friends, where I was able to say, no, it's because why I stopped or why I decided to pull out, because it started to really feel like heavy on me, and when it was feeling heavy, I started like not hating, but not liking myself so much around you. So those are the kind of things that when you start making that list of things that make you uncomfortable or not feel worthy or feel unloved or feel like people don't care about you, remember, it's not about them, it's about you. Where come back and say, let me care enough about myself to not ever letting other people make me feel in a certain way. So that's what I did, and it's been great. Like the other one would be, if we don't have a conversation every now and again, and the only time you talk to me is when you see something that I put out there, but you never ask me how I am and all that, I've learned to ignore. If you say, oh, nice picture, I don't have to respond. You are responding to the picture that I put. You are not talking to me. You're talking to the album, not me. You're talking to whatever. So I have learned to now respond to people that I know that socially, this is how we converse. When you respond to something, I know you because we talk in other different level, and I'll respond to you. But if we don't exchange anything anymore, but you are happy to respond to anything that I post there, I don't respond. I had to make that list because it makes me uncomfortable. I stopped that. I will not respond if we don't ever talk, if we don't talk about anything, even on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. But if we don't even on the, oh, I like your picture, oh, how are you, oh, your kids are beautiful, like it's not conversational. If I don't feel like responding, I don't. Because then you're not talking to me, you're talking to the image, the thing, not me. So those are the kind of things that I started doing, and it's been going very well. I feel more comfortable to a point whereby I feel so comfortable to come share this here, so that even I know my friends and family sometimes don't know how I feel, because I hardly talk about my feelings. I hardly tell people I am not happy or I don't like this. Yes, I would in a way show that I'm not okay if I'm not okay, or I'll put it out there, or and not do something for the sake of family, I would, if I can't do this, I can't do that, and not feel guilty. So I've been better whereby I know my family will know, or my friends will know. If I'm not there, I'm not there. If I can't do this at the time, if I can't help here, I can't help. They know that I can't. But I am not fighting, or I am not trying to teach anybody anything. No. I am taking care of number one. And I got to this point, thankfully, again, to my daughter. Funny enough, even here at home, this goes even closely here at home, where as a mother, you do everything for your kids. You put your family first. When they're hungry, you get up, you make food, you make sure every day that everybody is okay, until one day, I think I was busy with school, if I'm not mistaken. Not now. I think it's been, if not last year or earlier this year. I was really stressed about work, about school. I think there were other projects that I was working on at the time. And it's Katisia Hamba, and now I'm feeling hungry, and people are relaxed, and I got up and I asked them, okay, guys, if I have not asked anybody to help or to think about food and all that, so nobody else will eat, or nobody else would make food. And they responded, no, we ate. So you guys ate, everybody, they made themselves food. And I was so shocked that, oh, you guys made yourself food, you didn't think about me. My goodness, I was so heartbroken. I started crying, went to my room, started crying, continue, but then I realized, I remember I'd not realized per se, but the feeling was like, okay, and I'm hurting and all that. Like, even your family, sometimes they do themselves because that's what they used to. You've been okay with such things. So even here at home. And when I sat down, I remembered, oh, my list. I went to my list. I also made a list here at home, things that don't make me comfortable or hurt me or that is uncomfortable, then I realized that actually I have been enabling them where I would wake up and make everybody breakfast. But they've been doing this for years that I have never actually noticed so much that they can wake up and make breakfast for themselves, not for everybody. But in my head, I have taught my family that when you make food for everybody, because this is what I've learned at home. But they were like shocked that, why am I surprised? Because it's been happening for a while. But because I didn't notice, because I was the one who would make that effort all the time, or I would ask them to say, Mbali, so and so, make food. Fundo, hey, can we make? Then they would do that because I've instructed them. But if there's no instruction or I'm not doing it, they would do their own things. And that's what I taught them, that is okay. And I was not aware, and I didn't know that this is what I taught them, that it's okay, they can do food for themselves, not for me, if I didn't say they must do it for everybody, or if I didn't instruct, or if I didn't get up and do it. And I cried, got my list, put it down, and I hussered. I lighted my incense, my candles, called the meditation yana to come back to self. Because now, how can you be so angry at your kids? These are people that you love so much, and now they are hurting you, and how do you then respond? And I was so hungry. And 2 minutes later, I'm like, no, man, I must tell these people how I feel. But actually, because I'm very bad at it, so I'm gonna act out. Check my phone, I ordered food for myself, and food got delivered, and I sat in my room and I ate. It was the most selfish, satisfying thing ever. After that day, so yes, they started talking about it. I think they gave it a name, they call it something, and then we spoke about it to say this is how I felt. And I thought, instead of me fighting because now I'm feeling comfortable or now it hurt me, let me not change it, let me take care of me. I was not fighting with you, but I had to remember that, by the way, you also can take care of yourself. You can actually deal with you and not worry about what everybody else is doing, but still continue to say, this is what I like, this is what, with my family, I want us to get used to it. If you make food, find out if everybody's okay. If they say no, then you can continue. That's what I like, that's what I prefer as an individual. But you can do you, but this is how. So when I do it as well for myself, then it shouldn't be an issue. But it helped me, because my daughter was like, good for you. When we were talking about it, having a meeting, she was like, oh ma, let me tell you, the day I was proud of you was the day that you ordered food for yourself and left everybody and ate and relaxed and continue with your school and your work. I am so glad that you've realized that it's okay to put yourself first. I mean, really, my daughter had to even try and teach me boundaries or teach me self-love, to say, we're not selfish, we're just taking care of ourselves, so do the same. So yes, conversations with the Phumzile, I thought, I've been having this conversation in my head, and that's why my examples and everything, it goes everywhere else, and also trying to be nice about it. But essentially, I am saying it's okay to take care of you. It's okay to pull back from people, from friends, from everybody, and pull in. And if people care and love you enough, they'll pull you, they'll come to you, they'll make time for you. And there shouldn't be emotional anger issues and uncomfortability. And I think it's what few weeks ago where I tossed the list away because I got used to because when I take or look at the list, I started feeling more uncomfortable and hurt and all that. Then I got rid of the list, and I just remembered that I need to remember me every time. Remember self. Then I can continue to be me. I can continue to be nice. I can continue to be sweet. I can continue to be a banana and not change myself. But I just need to remember me. I just need to remember that it's okay not to be available. It's okay not somebody to like your body. It's okay for somebody to say anything about you. But it's not okay to keep quiet. It's not okay to let it go. Do something about it and love yourself enough to, stand up for yourself, and just and then they'll start with the boundaries, set them up, and then when they're working for you, then you know that you are the best version of yourself, and people will continue to love you for you, whether you have changed or not changed. They would love you for you. So Conversations with Phumzile, I thought I must just drop this here today. I still have a long list of other people that I need to bring on board, so that we can share their interesting stories, what they do and how they do it. And I think, I'll come back. I meant to have Conversations with the Phumzile 3 physically here at home, where I normally do conversations, but because November and December 2021, there's been so much happening, everybody's doing something, so I thought, let me just give it time, break, and then we'll see next year. I have beautiful topics, I have your beautiful conversations that I've been having with other people, and I can't wait for us to have Conversations with Phumzile 3. But in the meantime, in this space, I will continue to bring these conversations through, and enjoy them with me, and come on board. And if you want to have a conversation with me and you want to come on board, yes, subscribe, make notes, comment. You can engage. Let's engage. I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. Yes, I'm everywhere. It's Conversations with Phumzile, or Phumzile Pateri, or Phumzile Dlamini. If you know me, you'll find me. I'm easy to find. So Conversations with Phumzile. Thank you for allowing me to, come and just randomly say things and take out my conversations from my head. And please remember to subscribe and share with other people who might use these unconventional or conventional tips of, we all go through stuff, we all have issues with friends, family, home, your kids, and all that. But if you can just love yourself a little bit more and more every day, and make an effort to do so, and make an effort to do so, it gets better. Life gets better. Then you start giving from a full cup. You start giving from and doing everything for everybody from a you perspective, not from outside self. So yes, thank you. Remember, subscribe, like, and please comment. Thank you, and bye for now. Enjoy.